That's the hood where I'm from. But it's bigger than that. We live on a planet, in a solar system, in a universe. Not just on a block. Be aware of that.
Let's go, man. King 2. It's a go. Listen, man. It's about Morbius, man. It's the big review now, man. Spoilers and everything, man. We're going in with it. I'm saying. Like I said, I went to see it. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think. I mean, I had Daniel Espinosa. He came out and he spoiled the end credit scenes. And I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Why would you do that? I'm saying, so I know the movie's gonna be crap. Right now, that just came in my head. Like, wait a minute. You don't never do that. You don't never give up your movie before the money come. So that just it rubbed me the wrong way. Like I said, so you start hearing the early viewings about how Spider-Man, no connections to Spider-Man was in the movie. It was just like a lie. I took all that in, and some of it like just gave me a ill feeling. Like, why would he spoil it? Why would he spoil the end credit scenes? I'm saying, so that just bothered me. So I mean, I still was like, listen, I'm going to see the movie. I'm not gonna let nobody tell me how the movie's gonna be. I'm saying, because I mean, the same thing happened with Eternals. They said that movie was the worst movie ever. I'm saying, bad reviews, everything. So I wasn't hearing it. I mean, I seen Arashama, so I was saying, listen, I'm not hearing it. What they saying, I don't care. I'm saying, so I was more firm with Eternals. I'm saying, but I knew that, listen, I'm gonna go see this. I'm not gonna not see this and have somebody else give me my point of view. And we don't take that with nothing. Not here. It's a lot of comments of history. I'm saying, we got our own minds. We're free here. That's it. And so, simple as that, I wanted to go see it for myself and see what was going on. Learn my lesson too. You know what I'm saying? That food costs. I'm saying, so listen, $15 meal this time, but everything worked out. I had a good time. The environment was good. It was obviously it was before the movie came out, so it wasn't a lot of people there. I'm saying, it wasn't like a big, people that wasn't anticipating this like they did Batman. So, but it was still a good environment. Got there, I got there right before it came on. I'm saying, so it was like, I got my food, got in there, just in time for the movie to start. Acting was good. I'm saying, Jared Leto was good. Hit how he's supposed to hit. His best friend Milo, he was good. It wasn't no whips or nothing. It was straightforward. The movie was straightforward. Comes on them as kids, and then no. You see them as you see Jared Leto. I'm saying they come to Costa Rica. They on a helicopter, and it's like they on a goddamn hill. It's like a hill, like on a mountaintop. Like, so it's like with a cave there. So it's like real hard to get there. And so the helicopter driver, he wants to get out of there, but before it gets nighttime. So he like, listen, get me out of here. So, but Jared Leto already wanted to set up shop. He set up this thing for the bats to come in. You know what I'm saying? He told him, listen, I just need that knife. I'm saying, we get you out of here, whatever. But I didn't. And he cut his hand and he turned that machine on. And once that bat smelled that blood, and they stride those bats where they was vampire bats. They did tear you up. Everybody was scared, and they came in, and he just put his hand out like, and the bats came, and you see they attacked everybody, but they went by him, and obviously they never go back to that part, and they just go 25 years before, and now they little, and they show their condition, like they got this condition where they need artificial blood, they need blood. I'm saying, because without the blood, they'd die. And so it was just a bad disease they had, where every day was a struggle, every day was pain. I'm saying, and it shows you, it goes in depth, and that's what I loved about, the movie. They took time with the story. They didn't just have like a quick story and that's it, boom, he's up there flying, boom. No, the story was intertwined in the whole movie, even when he became Morbius. I'm saying, so, just having them diseases and showing them how they got close when they was kids, and he saved his life when the machine broke down. It was $1 million machine, and he fixed it up with a pin, like, the top. I'm saying, so the head doctor knew that he was talented, knew that Jared Leto was talented, And so he, set him up to go to a special school. And Milo wanted to go, but obviously Milo knew that it was for Jared Leto. So Jared Leto said, "Listen, I'm never going to leave you. Here's gave him that letter with the paper he does," and it fell out the window. And obviously Milo got into it with some kids, and so he wanted to get that paper back. He wasn't jacking it. That's the letter from my best friend. I'm keeping that. So obviously, kids is cool. They ended up beating him up and jumping him, and then the head doctor came and broke it up. But he got that paper back. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Then it goes obviously back to modern times. You know what I'm saying? And Jared Leto, he finally won. They won a peace prize from the Crown Prince, and he turned it down. You know what I'm saying? So he was only about getting a cure for people. You know what I'm saying? Not just himself. He was trying to, his breakthrough, artificial blood, it saved a lot of lives. So now that's another theme, artificial blood. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother theme, a whole nother topic to talk about. You know what I'm saying? The whole theme of artificial blood coming into our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Do we want artificial blood? Do we want anything artificial coming into our body? So that's another question. I'm saying, it brings up things where, it's real topics. You know what I'm saying? So, he created artificial blood. Obviously, he was trying to get a cure. And his nurse, Bancroft, she didn't know the full in depth of his experiments. You know what I'm saying? So he finally leveled with her and said, "Listen, this is what's going on. I got this bat DNA. I'm trying to, change my DNA to run with this. I'm saying maybe this will work," because they have some type of glands that comes out when they get blood, and he trying to get those same glands with his body, so with that he can process blood instead of needing more blood all the time. And so obviously he gene spliced and he got everything right and made samples, and he gave it to a mouse, and he thought the mouse died when he gave him the sample. It was a young kid. She had a disease, the same type of disease he had, and it was a very heartwarming scene. I'm saying I even got a little emotional just looking at her on the bed and, knowing that her life is over, and she just so brave. I'm saying just so brave and just out there. You know what I'm saying? And that shows you humanity. It shows you his humanity, his depth as a character. I'm saying that he didn't care about, he was rich, he's famous, he was this, that, enough, but he didn't care about none of that. He cared about helping people survive. You know what I'm saying, and trying to help himself survive. But he's more about the people first. You know what I'm saying, and you felt it was a heartwarming scene, with that young girl, with that little girl there. And if you got any humanity, you would have felt that scene right there, yo, it's real, because she knows she's not gonna make it, but she was brave about it. That's a big scene. You know what I'm saying, so from there, they find out that the mouse didn't die, and the mouse got up, and now they oh, okay, let's go. And so they wanted to go back to Costa Rica. You know what I'm saying, and they were running the experiments inside the it took a boat, a big ship. You know what I'm saying, they had mercenaries and everything on it to protect them when they get to Costa Rica, whatever. And so, but Jared Leto, he didn't wait. You know what I'm saying, so he just listen, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this right now and see what's going on. Human trials. He took the injection, and it immediately turned him. I mean, obviously, he went through a phase where he was going crazy, trying to get it together, but it immediately turned him into Morbius. You know what I'm saying, but he couldn't control it. He couldn't control the urge that he had for blood, and he just attacked everybody. You know what I'm saying, and Bancroft was there. She ended up getting knocked out, and he ended up killing everybody, man, sucking all their blood, everything. It was like 8 people, eight bodies on a boat. So now you have, Tyrese. Tyrese was like a lead detective in the movie, so he had a good part. You know what I'm saying? He didn't try to do too much. He was a detective. You know what I'm saying, on the scene, and he knew something was up. He found the paper. He does these little star papers, little papers you pull apart, and so he knew that was Jared Leto's. You know what I'm saying? So he put two and two together, see what was going on, and he came to see Jared Leto. Now Jared Leto, before that, Jared Leto call help. He tried to revive Bancroft, but she was still unconscious, and so he ended up jumping off the ship. And obviously he knew he was super powered now. You know what I'm saying, so he got away, and Tyrese and him got Bancroft into the hospital and everything. Everything was good. I mean, she got out, and she didn't want to give him up, obviously. But Jared Leto started to find out how his powers. He started testing his limits, showing what he can do, and found out he couldn't last on the fake blood, on the artificial blood. It's not working. It's not working how the real blood was working. The real blood was sustaining him for longer, but the artificial blood was only sustaining him for 6 hours at the start. But he could do anything for them 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? He started working on a beacon, beacon out like a beacon, and hear everything. The way they were showing his powers and the special effects, how he was just, everything was just so in depth. It was great. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand the story. So that's when either you lose people right there, or you gain more somebody more solid to the movie. A lot of people are not good with those things, like with big plots like that, big stories. They want to just see action. And so, but this new Albert Comics of history, we want to see all the story. So the story was intriguing. Him testing his limits and seeing what he can do and how long he can stay powerful for without going back into his illness. Obviously, he found out that as time went on, his body was getting more immune to the artificial blood. And so now it's 6 hours was to 4 hours. And so he couldn't really be as strong as Milo. So Milo comes to the house one day and he sees him, all powerful, like, wait a minute, I need that. And obviously Leto was like, no, it's a curse. I don't care about curses. My life is over. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a whole nother thing. Like, my life is over. I don't care about that. You're strong. I need it. And he wanted it. It doesn't matter. Like, listen, we trying to live. People want their life. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about curses and none of that. He's seen that he was okay. His weight was down. He looked healthy. That's it. He wanted that. And Jared Leto denied him. That broke him. Like, wait a minute, you're not doing this. You're not gonna just live and I'll die. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you why he wouldn't come back. He came back to the house and stole up the serum and used it. Anybody would have did the same thing. Anything. When you got a death sentence or your life is over any day, you're gonna try to extend your life. And so you understood it. Like, they didn't have to show you Milo still in the serum. You just know, like, listen, this is what is supposed to happen. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So he takes the serum. He feeling great. He goes to see Morbius. He ended up getting locked up. This part of the part I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? He come down from his house. He trying to leave the state. That Tyrese and them interrupt him, and they ask him some questions and find out that obviously he was the one on that boat. And so he tried to make a run for it. He started knocking people over, and then he started using his powers. And flying through the air and dodging bullets and all types of the special effects was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he's using his power, he's doing all this stuff. And so he's like, oh, okay, this is what it is. And then Tyrese gets to the roof and actually gets him, pulls a gun right on him and said, listen, you're out of here. And so Leto, surrenders. I'm like, well, why would he surrender? He's dodging bullets, he's doing everything. He could just get rid of Tyrese, but he surrendered. So now they take him to the precinct. Like, what are you taking this guy to the precinct for? He's a superpower being. I'm saying, sit him down there. They basically bar his arm to the thing. That's it. I'm saying, but he could get out of that. But it's just like, one thing about I gotta understand about the universe that he's in. They don't know what to do with him. So, it's no Avengers, it's no Thanos, it's no Spider-Man, it's nothing. It's only Venom. And Venom ain't been in custody like that. So therefore, they don't know what to do with superpower beings. So that kind of explains it to, like, why they left him in a regular precinct. Like, they didn't have there was no shield. They have nobody to deal with this type of thing. No organizations. You know what I'm saying? So It ain't like the MCU. MCU, something like that would have happened. Shield would have been in there. The government would have been in there. They would have had them somewhere secure. They didn't have these things, these procedures in place in this universe. I'm saying, so now, I mean, I have to understand that. So therefore, he ended up getting out of the precinct, busting the wall and getting out of there. But before that, Milo came to visit him as his lawyer. Now he walked in there with the cane, but he left the cane in there. He bought some blood for him and everything, but he left out the jail without the cane. And right then and there, Jared Leto knew, like, oh, he took the serum. And now he walked out of there on his own free will. He was happy. I'm saying, he living. I'm saying, yeah, he was making kills. Yeah, he was doing dirt. But you gotta understand, he never lived. He never lived. He been at death's door his whole life. Been in pain his whole life. Never had a girlfriend, never did nothing. Never did anything. People just looked at him in pity his whole life. Never looked at him as an equal. We are cruel people. Humans are cruel. When we know somebody got a deficiency, we don't even look at them the same no more. And it's like, we can't even self-consciously stop. The other person will already immediately know, like, so we hurt people, we don't even know it. I said, how we treat him. Because he felt that way his whole life. Like a lower class citizen, even though he was filthy rich. These people was filthy rich. They get everything, whatever they want. But it shows you it's not about money. It's about your status as a human being. And he had no status. He was just a paraplegic. That was it. Your life is over. You're done here. And that's been his whole life. And now he finally could live. Finally could fly.
You've been given a gift.
Do this and do that and meet girls and he was loving it. And that shows you, it gives you in depth of the story. And that's why the movie made the movie even better. He wanted to live. That's it. Jared Leto, he knew the situation. He wanted to live also. But he just didn't. He had morality. Because he was a doctor, he was a caretaker. He wanted to protect life. Milo didn't have that same morality. He just felt like he was being looked at as a second-class citizen. He was on death's door. He didn't want to die. He wanted to live. So when he got that power, he didn't care about the next man because the next man never cared about him. That Leto's life was different. He was a doctor. He gave love and protection, and he saved lives, and people loved him and protected him back. So he got that love and humanity from other people. Milo only got that love and humanity from Jared Leto. That's it. Everybody else he got his ass kissed from everybody else. When he became powerful, he didn't care about lives or none of that. So he just wanted to live and wanted to have fun. And so you respect that. And so obviously they went at it, they fought all through the movie. Fights, and the special effects was just crazy. It did great. It was great. Them going back and forth and about it was a debate about life and morality. And the points that Jared Leto made was big, but the points that Milo made was big because listen, he never got to live. And Milo could have did whatever he wanted. He could have left the city, went to anywhere else. But he could not move without Jared Leto because he looked up to him. I'm saying? That's his brother. He wanted him on board. If he couldn't get on board, then Milo couldn't move. He couldn't function. So that was his whole thing. Everybody like, oh, he could have left. He could have did this. Listen, yeah, he could have left, but he's not doing it by himself. His brother, the only person that ever showed him love, wasn't jacking him now. That's it. That's what it's about. He wasn't jacking him now. He's like, why not liking me no more? Not respecting me no more? He's ashamed of me. I can't have that. I got to get him on my side. And he'll do whatever it takes. Kill whoever it took in his mind to get Jared Leto on his side. That's a deep story. I'm saying Jared Leto, he loves him. I'm saying? And obviously, he killed the doctor.
Michael.
He does what, he does irrational things because he just don't understand. Like, he wants to live, man, and people looking at him like he's a pariah, and he getting that same disdain when he said, "I'm disgusted with you," the doctor, and then right there, he already felt that way. Period, being in his life, his old life, people were disgusted with him, and so that brought him into a rage where he could strike back. And so that's the only reason why he killed the doctor, even though the doctor been taking care of him for basically his whole life. He couldn't take that. Somebody looking at him the same way he was when he was, sick. So obviously he kills him. He goes at it with Morbius, but he's just trying to get him on board. That's it. Trying to get him to see that, listen, we it's us against the many. Like the Spartan, he had in the movie, like he had this Spartan thing where us against the many, like 300. Just us against the many, and that's how he wanted to keep it. Like, listen, it's just us against the world. Jared Leto was not trying to see that because he got humanity. He a doctor. He cares about life. But Milo don't, because nobody cared about him. So they go at it, and then it shows you at the end where, he was one with the bats because of what happened in Costa Rica. So that's the thing that's funny, because we watch the movie, you wait for it to get back to that part. But that was 25 years. They go back to when they was little. So you waiting for them to go back to that part, but they never go back. They're like, why don't go back? But you understand it at the end where he summons the bats. And the bats is in tune with him, not with Milo. So you would think, like, since Milo was a vampire, the bats would be in tune with Milo too. No, they wasn't jacking Milo. They was only jacking, Morbius. Because Morbius already had that link with them when he went up with it, went to the ship in Costa Rica, got off the helicopter in Costa Rica, and cut his hand and put his hand out, and he got he was in tune with the bats, and that was thorough how they came and they attacked him, and and he had this anti-serum, and he hit him with the anti-serum, man, and it took his powers and killed him. So now, before that, Milo ended up almost killing Bancroft, the female interest in the show. He went and, gave her some blood, and, he ended up inadvertently making her a vampire. How, the old vampire movies where they gotta take some of the blood and feed it to the victim before, and then take the blood. That type of ritual, it happened inadvertently in the movie. So it shows you how, what was going on. But he didn't even know what he did. So he left anyway. He fought them, and he obviously got rid of Milo. And then after that, obviously she comes aware of herself. She opens her eyes. Boom. So now she's a vampire now. So that it's on. We don't know if she's gonna be bad or good. I got something I gotta look into. See what's going on with that. But anyway. So now, obviously, it goes into what Danny Espinosa did. He spoiled the damn credits. So now it goes into that, where, you got Michael Keaton, Vulture. He comes into a Venom universe. He comes into jail. Comes right into the cell. Like, he's like, oh. And so now he breaks the news, because now they're like, why did this dude come into the cell? He doesn't have no charges. His name is not on file. None of that. So they let him go. They let him out, and so now he's leaving. He's out, and so now the next credit scene, you got Morbius, driving away. He's on his own little journey. First, it looked like he was trying to kill himself, but he didn't do it. Obviously, he's driving away, he's doing his thing, and then he pulls up the car, and next thing you see Vulture. He got his full suit on, but it's a different type of suit, and he lands, and then he tells Morbius, "Thanks for meeting me. I've heard a lot about you." So that, they try to connect that. So, but it still doesn't make any sense. It's like he comes out, and then he immediately wants to meet Vulture. And how did he get his Vulture outfit? Get his technology? Because he wasn't in Spider-Man No Way Home. He wasn't the one making all that stuff. He had a tinker. So it's more questions. But he landed, told him, "Thanks for meeting me. I've heard a lot about you," and he say the fact that he came in this universe, that was something to do with Spider-Man. I'm saying? So now you're like, oh, okay. And then he's like, listen, I need you, I'm saying, learn, join up. And, and Morbius is like interesting type of stuff. Like, okay, like he'll do it. But the thing about Morbius, like, everybody be like, oh, why would he even agree to that? Because Morbius was not a bad guy. But you gotta understand, he was lonely. When you got that type of power, and you know that he's lonely. And now he sees somebody that he can link with, yeah, he gonna link with him. He may not agree with him, I'm saying, but he's lonely. So I understand why he would even give it any type of thought. So yeah, I mean, and like that. So I mean, but like I said, it's a lot to it. It's a good movie, and I just want to let everybody know, like, yo, listen, go see it. It's a good movie. But I mean, obviously, I'm on and spoiled it crazy now, but but listen, it's a great movie, and I just want to wait a little while to spoil it. But listen, story within the story, man. Good story. You know what I'm saying? We want for comics and history. That's what we do. We break down stories. You run it down, top of the top. You know what I'm saying? Word up. King 2, out, man.